Ayan and the Most Beautiful Name by Heather Ann F. Polito. Ayan always had a small notebook where she would write a list. Awayen, what is that? Inay asked. Ayan quickly put her notebook and pencil away. Just some names, Inay, she murmured. Whenever Ayan played with her friends, she would choose a name from the list. For every role she played, from the Nainanayan to the Chirchichiran, she would use a different name. Sometimes, even after the game, Ayn would use her new name while talking to her friends. Yesterday, she was Ate Hannah. Today, she was Princess Francesca. Every day, she added many new names to her list, from TVs, books, movies, and other places. Some names were short and some were long. Jade, Sophia, Cinderella, Christina, and more. Ayan looked carefully at her list, but she could not choose the most beautiful name. The next day, Ayan went to ask Teacher Faye. Teacher, what is the most beautiful name? Why do we not go to the library to look for answers? Her teacher suggested. At the library, Ayan and Teacher Faye borrowed a book full of names and their meanings. Ayan felt dizzy looking at the countless names. She saw the names of her friend Suzette and Maggie. Ayan searched the book from beginning to end, but she could not find her own name. Teacher, do you know what my name means? She asked. Teacher Faye stopped to think. Ayan, I think your mom can answer that. Maybe she got your name from a different book, or it could be a name from your province. When Ayan got home, she went to her room and brought out her notebook. Ayan, Awayen, her mother called. Come and eat nilaput. Inay entered the room, carrying Ayan's favorite suman. I have been calling you for some time, anak, she said. Sorry, Inay, I was just writing some beautiful names. Ayan explained. Inay looked at Ayan's long list. Why is your name not in there? Ayan's face turned red as she answered, I do not like the name Awayen. Inay was surprised, but she spoke calmly. Ah, so that is why you want to be called Ayan. Anak, your name is very beautiful. Teary-eyed, Ayan explained, Inay, some of my classmates like to tease me. They said they should fight me because my name says so. Oh, anak, when I was a child, people teased me too, because they said I had a boy's name, Inay said. But my parents said Gawis is a traditional name to our Ili in Bontoc Mountain Province. It means good in Bontoc, the language in our hometown. They gave this name to me because they said I made them happy when I was a baby. Inay, does that mean that children's name came from how they behaved? Ayan asked with a worried look on her face. Is it true that Awayen means fighting? Inay laughed. In our ancestors' time, people were given names after they were born, so you are right. Children's names often came from how they looked or behaved, but your name does not mean fighting. Ayan breathed a sigh of relief. Where did Awayen came from, Inay? I named you after my mother, Inay said. They said the name Awayen is from the word away, which means outside. A person who enjoys going outside is called Awayen. I gave you that name for you to remember your grandmother, but you also love playing outside, right? Yes, Inay, I love playing hide and seek and make believe, Ayan said, excited. That night, Ayan added 2 more names to her list, Awayen and Taoist. The next day, Ayan played the role of a doctor in their game. Her friends had already chosen all the names she wanted to use, Jade, Sophia, and Christina. Because of this, she decided to use her real name. Her friends were curious because Ayan usually used a different name for the games. So she told them the story of where her name came from. Ah, so we are all Hawaiian too, her friends said. They all laughed together. One afternoon, Inai saw Ayan writing in her book again. So, have you found the right beautiful name of all? Inai asked. Every name is beautiful, Inai, but the name I love the most is Awayen, Ayan said as she embraced Inai. The end.